Aries or Aries cross watcher, let's go ahead and do a message for us. My tongue is probably blue. I had some sugar cookies with blue icing. Oh, yep, it's blue. It looks blue. Here we go. I'm a little bit hyper. It's the freaking green tea. Put a little sugar in the green tea, and I had about 4 sugar cookies. Shh, I wasn't supposed to have 4 sugar cookies, but I had 4 sugar cookies. It was so good. I love sugar cookies. Yes. So anyway, I'm getting a little confused in this message because before I started the video, I was actually feeling here that somebody knows that you're done. Like, you're done. And it probably is because they had an attitude problem. I'm getting it's because they showed anger and aggression. Like, first of all, it was uncalled for. But second of all, like, I don't think so. Unless I've done something completely egregious, don't come at me like that. So that's what I was feeling. But then now, I'm actually feeling that this is somebody here who's like, oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, I love you. I fucking love you. But is it the same person? Because in some situations, it could be the same person who like knows that they stepped to you the wrong way or they were really out of line. But the majority of you, I don't feel like it is. I feel like you're like, done, next. You know what I mean? Because it was just whatever, however someone treated you was completely uncalled for. It's like, I'm done. She's done and I know it. Her expression on her face, it shows it. She's done and I know it. Yeah, she's done with me. Don't want me no more. I can't do anything to get her back once more. She hurts me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling, darling. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the sugar. Sometimes it's fun to kind of have ADD. You know, when you already have that like hyperactive disorder and then you add sugar on top of it. You guys remember that game would go, patty cake, baker's man, bake me a cake just as fast as you can. Da 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 da, and press it with the B and put it in the oven for baby and me. Maybe I should stop this for a minute because I can't stop. Alright, so let's just cover both stories. I think some of you here, somebody done messed up, they did something, said something, they spoke too soon, or they spoke out of line, or they thought that they could treat you some sort of way. I feel like it was completely fucked up what they said. If it's someone who said something to you or did something against you, even if you don't know it's them, but I feel like you do know it's them. Anyways, it's awful. I think they said it directly to you or indirectly, but fucked up, like aiming it at you, pointing something at you, just being really nasty, ugly, hateful. It's hateful and uncalled for. I feel if that's your scenario, they don't want you to go anywhere. They don't want anything to happen. They're like, no, wait, I love you. I love you. And you're like, skirt! Skirt! You know, but they're like, oh, you know, oh, like Jennifer Coolidge, oh, you make me want a hot dog real bad. Yeah, it's like, you make me want Aries real bad. I just want Aries to understand. We all have bad days. What about you, Aries? You have bad days. And it's like, what you said to me, that's not a bad day. And if that's your bad day, I have nothing to say about it. I guess you're entitled to do what you want. But I also have a right to have my own standards and my own boundaries, just as you do. And that's a no for me. That's a hell no for me. I've had enough of that in my life. And now that I'm old enough to choose whom gets to treat me that way, I'm choosing no. So I feel like if that's your story, you said no on someone and you're just moving forward. You're holding space or keeping space for whatever else, maybe someone else. And that someone else is on their way. They're on their way, they're coming. And this person would never think to talk to you like that. They would never disrespect you like that. Others of you, it's the same person. I gotta tell you, it's the same person, and maybe it did something to them, and they're like, oh my God, what? No, I will straighten up. I'm sorry, Aries. I'm sorry, unless it's reversed. Or it's 2 Aries, but it could be reversed, where it's like, no, listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I was just having a bad day. You PMS, I PMS too. I'm sorry. And it's like, yeah, that's what we're getting here. Feels like an argument. I do feel that. I feel like, you know, either you're done with someone who brings drama, brought drama, or was always surrounded in drama, and because they were surrounded in drama, it brought you into drama, or it would have. You're moving on from that. I mean, you're completely over it. You're completely done. You didn't even have to think about it. It was like, okay, that's it. It was like the final straw, or it was just a thing that's like, oh, that's a no for me. It's not even something that I would look back on or second guess. You ever put an outfit on when you're trying on clothes in a store? I'm being brought back to a childhood memory right now. I think it was like a J.C. Penney's or Kastner Knots. Do you remember that? And I would go try on the clothes, and I'd be like, oh, just no. It's a no. It makes me look like a square. It makes me look like a sausage. It doesn't fit me properly. And then you take it off. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to be like, it's a maybe. You know, you have piles. Women do. A lot of women do. But men may do this too. Where in the fitting rooms, you have piles. You got a yes for sure. This is a certainly. This is a certainly. Taking it home. This one's a maybe pile. You're not sold on it. It's like, yeah. The button don't zip, but you kind of like how it fits you everywhere else. The button don't zip. The zipper don't zip, or the button don't button, but you like how it fits you everywhere else. But it's not really perfect, but you're wondering if you can alter it at home or something. Pay someone to alter it. You know. And then you have a pile of hell no. Well, this was like a maybe, or it was in the yes pile. And then upon further investigation, you put it on, or upon further whatever. You put it on, or you deal with it, you can encounter it, you whatever. And it's a no. It's a no, and it's like, nope. So then you give it to whoever's standing outside of your fitting room, whether it's the person that works there or somebody who came with you, and you're like, can you go put that back on the rack? I don't want it. I mean, what do? You go back out there and you feel bad about it after? No, you're glad you didn't get it, because you're like, that's a hell no for me. That's a hell no for me. So some of you, a person is a hell no for you now, 100%, because of how they talk to you. Not talk in general. And if you got somebody who is upset, and this is reversed, and somebody gets upset and they said hell no to you because of how you talk, well, then you don't want to be in their life. Because if you can't talk freely and basically be yourself, then it's a good thing. Trust me. It's a good thing that someone here turned around and is like, oh, did you hear their potty mouth? It's like they swallowed a toilet. Did you hear Aries over there saying fuck, shit, damn, and hell, and dick, and penis, and vagina? Did you hear that? Pubic hairs and shit. Talking about all that. Talking about the government and politics. Well, what the hell? Did you hear that? I don't want anything to do with Aries. I'm appalled. And you're like, well, thank you. Next! You know, because if you have to pretend to be someone else to, like, make someone happy, that's a fuck no. It's like you embarrassed them, or you would have embarrassed them, and so it's like, well, that's a compliment then. I'm glad you let me go. I'm glad you decided no on me. That way you can save us both the trouble. You don't have to be embarrassed, and I don't have to be fake. So great. You know, now that's very different than somebody who just comes right at you. It's different than if you were to talk to this person and say, you know what, fuck you, bro, blah, 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 and you were like cussing them out, or just demeaning them, talking shit to them. That's different. If you've done that, now that's probably, you know, but I think it's somebody who's done that to you. Or done that about you, like talk shit about you, and you said, okay, that's a hell no. That's a hell no. That's a hell no. That's a hell wicka hell no. And then you move forward, and here you go. It's like, oh, I'm so glad that I said no, because now the heavens have opened, and here comes someone else who's gonna treat me better, treat me with love, respect, kindness, you know. Or it's the same person, I gotta say. I know I've already said that, but it's the same person. Some of you, and they're really like, you know what, I know I can be rough sometimes around the edges. It's like, rough. Rough. Well, I like it rough. What you did was not rough. Rough. Rough are the waves hitting against the ocean, you know, coming in the tide. That's a little rough. Rough is possibly a gravel road or a bumpy road. You know the roads that do like this and your heart goes up in your throat? That's a little rough. Rough can be a storm. Rough can be an earthquake. Rough can be sexual. What you did, sir, madame, that was not rough. No, that was uncalled for. Yeah, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And so I'm not going to do it. And they're like, no, I'm serious. It's just I had a bad day. I had a bad day. I'm a little hyper, man. I need to laugh. But you know what? I like me like this. So like if any, that's another thing. Going back to the other story, if it's because of how you talk and somebody just decided to, you wonder why you didn't hear from somebody? That's why. So take it as a compliment, because it's not like you give a fuck. You don't want to ever be anything but yourself. It's not like you're being hateful to a person. That's different. You're just being you. If you happen to cuss a lot, you cuss a lot. If you don't mean you don't know how to act in fucking public. But when you're on your own platform, or when you're in your own home, or when you're wherever you are doing it, it's nobody's business. If they don't like it, they can plug their ears. They got 2 fucking fingers. And if they don't, they got toes. They can fucking plug their ears with their toes. You know what I'm saying? There's earplugs for it, them foam things. They make these little wax things. They got all kinds of shit these days. Earmuffs, headphones, pillows. Pillows work just fine. There's all kinds of shit. You can pour wax up in that bitch. You know, if you don't want to hear me, am I embarrassing you? I mean, how many times have people said they were embarrassed of you? So somebody could have been embarrassed of you. There's a difference between being embarrassed in somebody because they're just being themselves, as in they have a very lively personality and they can tend to cuss a lot or say it's just things that most people wouldn't say, but they wouldn't say, and it's like, okay, fine, whatever, that doesn't bother me. And then someone who's an asshole, like an actual asshole. Someone who's mean to someone for no reason, or someone who, because they're not getting the outcome that they want, because they're not getting the response that they want, because they're not getting the attention that they want, they act out and then do something really fucking hateful just so that person it will hurt them. You don't want somebody like that. Why would you want someone like that? Would they like someone to do that to them? And that maybe they're used to that, but that doesn't mean you have to fucking put up with it. And then they'll come with their excuses and try to explain why they're doing that, and that's fucked up. If they don't want you to treat them that way, then why would they treat you that way? So some of you are like, nope. Nope. I don't feel, I feel a lot of action here, but it feels more like on your part. I feel like nothing's stopping you. I'm also hearing something about mixed media, which is art. So some of you may be into mixed media. You could be into art. Maybe you're going to be doing a little bit more art during this time, or I don't know, mixing something up a bit. You seem to be preoccupied. You seem to be, that word keeps following me the past couple of days, preoccupied. You seem to be distracted, which is good. It's a good thing. You're not really stressed about who's coming, who loves me today, what relationship will I be in next. I'm tired of waiting. You're not waiting. You're like, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And I really, honestly, at this point, I'm fine. The only time I'm not fine is when I'm hungry, craving some sort of sugar, or sleep deprived, not normally happy then. Too much noise, that can tend to bother me. Drama, that pisses me off. Assholes, people who just want to hurt you because they're hurting, that makes me a little, there's some things that bother me, you know what I'm saying, like food in my teeth I can't get out. But aside from love coming, I don't really give it much thought. Don't really care. And that's not like a front, it's fucking honest. You don't really give it much thought, do you? You don't really care. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I think you're fine either way. You're still sleeping, waking, and doing everything you need to do. That's it. So I feel like this is it. There's nothing else to say. I'm looking for something else to say. There's really nothing else to say. It's a simple type energy. It's more about you kind of continuing to do things that you love to do, continuing to focus your energy on what you want to focus on, and let everybody handle their shit, And if something approaches you, it approaches you. If something doesn't, it doesn't. If something comes back or reapproaches you, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really like letting anything I want to say get to you. And if you feel it for a minute, try to aim some of its funky, fucked up energy your way. I feel you doing like the airbender energy, just like, whoosh. Where's my canvases and paint? Everybody got some canvases and paint over there, and I'm thinking about looking some new books up. I'd like to give a new read a chance. Yeah, some new books I want to read. Are there any good movies out? I'd like to go see a new movie or something. Considering a walk in the park, or maybe getting a treadmill. You know, here they come. Ah! What's the secret password? You don't know? Okay. Well, what do I want for dinner tonight? Alright guys, did my timer go off? Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I got hair up in my eye. Blue tongue. I do think somebody wants to talk to you though, like going back to the beginning of this where I said I ate my oh, it's kind of going away. Oh, no it didn't. Where I said that I ate my sugar cookies with the blue icing. And you know, blue is the throat chakra. Also something to do with spirulina. Some of you may look into getting some spirulina or taking some spirulina. There's something significant here about getting spirulina, taking spirulina. Do your research on it, of course. Not everybody, I guess, can take it. I don't know. But spirulina. Or maybe you already do. Just thinking of blue and then spirulina popped in my head. Yeah. It could actually be very, very good for you. Anyway, so I feel like someone here wants to talk to you. Clearly, they want to clearly talk to you, or they want you to understand where they're coming from, or they aren't going to try to make excuses. They want to make themselves clear. All right, guys, thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.